Well, Dave, that report also says that changes made to speed up claims that were filed by people who are out of work actually increase the agency's risk. And tonight, unfortunately, this won't be the last time.
The amount of information that's being put out, especially about the US response to coronavirus, makes this a really juicy target for criminals, particularly in online spaces.
The audit on Michigan's unemployment system may have exposed hundreds of millions of dollars in fraud. Tom Holt, a criminal justice professor at Michigan State University, says this was a treasure chest for online criminals once hundreds of thousands of people made claims for unemployment.
You can live anywhere in the United States, but defraud any state. And you can do so internationally, too.
Since the pandemic began, the agency says they've received as many claims as it did in the previous 7 years combined. The report highlights vulnerabilities after changes were made in policy and technology. Before the pandemic, the agency had 650 staff. Now the agency has nearly 3,000 team members.
There have also been some issues, too, just generally with regard to the way that a lot of this was implemented and the way that money was oriented. It's possible that some of this is traditional fraud.
The audit also indicated the agency received more than 150 times higher the amount of normal calls. Also, claims skyrocketing from 5,000 before the pandemic to a single week high of 388,000.
If someone knows there's millions of dollars available and there's different ways to potentially get it, they'll try anything they can.
Holt says, unfortunately, this isn't the last time we will hear about this kind of fraud.
There's always tremendous amounts of tax fraud, and a good portion of that seems to come from various forms of cybercrime. So this is going to be a problem, whether it's COVID related or whether it's just traditional sort of practice for paying taxes and other services.
And tonight, that report also says since March, the agency has paid out $26 billion in benefits to 2.2 million people. Reporting live tonight, I'm Alan Campbell. Dave, back to you.
The story worth following. Alan, thank you for the live report.